Today on the channel, the Monday Night Wars begin again with the WWE Monday Night Wars Elite, Scott Hall.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Elite unboxing and review. In today's video, we got the Monday Night Wars Walmart exclusive, Scott Hall. But for all your non-Walmart exclusive wrestling figure needs, make sure you hit up Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Gotta get a deal out there. And of course, the Monday Night Wars line, we've been slowly unboxing these on the channel as we did unbox The Undertaker. We did unbox Hollywood Hulk Hogan. We just have Stone Cold Steve Austin left after this. Hopefully we'll have that in the next couple of weeks here on the channel. However, I did see yesterday, last night to be in fact, as I'm filming this, for the first time I saw a report of someone finally finding these at a Walmart store. So be on the lookout at your Walmarts in the next couple of weeks. But your mileage may vary. We know how that goes with Walmart. But one thing we know that'll definitely work here is how we're going to do this review. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, say hello to the bad guy and Scott Hall. Is it survey time? Not quite yet. I think he wasn't doing the surveys quite yet here. But he does look good. All denim. Where's the leather? Like a young Saxon. Not to be the case here, but it is denim. We did see this figure for the first time at, of course, San Diego Comic-Con 2023. And a lot of controversy with this figure here. A lot of people don't like the change up in the denim. It's not quite as dark as it should be. It is what it is. That's how toys usually go. There's always something a little bit off. Factories, you know, getting samples, looking things differently. I don't know what the excuse was, what the reasoning was, but this figure got ruined for a lot of fans out there because of the denim color change. Doesn't get me too upset. I mean, I would have preferred it to be correct, but it still looks pretty cool for me. I love the denim, the old Canadian tuxedo. Man, I'm here for that all day long. Shout out to Canada. Monday Night Wars, there's old Lex Luger. We'll build him once we get Steve Austin, and we'll rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. So stay tuned to that one in the future. Glamour shot of old Scott Hall there. WWE logo, Elite logo. Little bubble window on this, of course, but two heads for Scott Hall. And you know what they say, two heads are better than one. We all know that. We got WCW on the side over there. Scott Hall looking only like a Scott Hall could look if he was just recently Razor Ramon and came over to WCW and turned into Scott Hall. That's what he would look like, right like that. An Elite collection on the side. Certified authentic, Scott Hall, Monday Night Wars, WWE Elite. On the back, we got the tail of the tape, we got the blurb, we got the cross-sell, we got the Lex Luger Build-A-Figure, we got Jibber Jabber, and we got Scott Hall. Let's see what it says back here. From Nitro, May 27, 1996. You know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. The words of the toothpick-flicking outsider now echo through history as they ushered in a faction that forever changed the landscape of WCW, the New World Order. Career highlights: Intercontinental Champion, WCW Tag Team Champion, WWE Hall of Fame inductee. From Miami, Florida, beautiful this time of year. Height 6'7", weight 287 pounds. Finisher, the dreaded Outsider Edge. And of course, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, Undertaker, Stone Cold make up the set with the Lex Luger Build-A-Figure, as we do know. But there it is, packaging removed. Things are exploding like an opening of Nitro. See you later, goodbye. Plastic prison, we got arms. We got hands, we got puffy shirts like a young Seinfeld episode, we got two heads because they're better than one, and we got extra hands as well. A lot going on here as we start to work towards that Lex Luger Build-A-Figure. Gonna pop these hands out, pop out the old puffy shirt, bam! See you later, goodbye. Oh, and we're locked in like a young Todd McFarlane here. And I don't have my scissors, so I'm going to be extra careful with this razor blade. That's all we need is me cutting my fingers off at the table. Might be a good show for some, but for me, not so good. Not so good, I don't think that would be. Pop old Scott Hall out. There we go. Oh, there it is. Can we get there? We're getting there. It's getting closer. Getting closer. We got to be careful on Scott Hall's ponytail taking that out. See you later. Goodbye. There it goes. All right, we got extra hands, we got arms, and we got the masterful, beautiful, puffy jacket for Lex Luger we'll get all that stuff together very, very soon. Once we get Stone Cold, we're going to build Lex Luger. And like I said, we'll rank the entire way from my least favorite to my favorite. Stay tuned for that day that video does come. Hopefully, like I said, sooner rather than later. But let's dive into old Scott Hall. We got rubber bands. We got microphones. Rubber bands and microphones. Two of my favorite things finally brought together in action figure form. Here for that all day. But we do get the microphone. Plain black microphone. Does say WWE on the microphone. Doesn't make a lot of sense for Scott Hall in WCW. I should have looked on the back of the package if they showed the microphone. But it should have the Monday Night Wars logo, all that kind of stuff going on. Unfortunately, that is not the case as I dropped the microphone. All black attack, seen it before. We'll see it again. Would have liked a little bit extra pizzazz with that one, though. I think most would agree with that. Two fists, the Scott Hall Fury right here. Scott Hall always had great punches, and he would sometimes throw them in bunches, as we do know. But we got two fisted hands there, and then we got two gripping hands to go. So choose your own Scott Hall adventure. I guess technically nobody's really going to stop you from using these hands. I'm not sure if they're technically his or Lex Luger's. Ah, yeah, skin tones do not match, so they must be Lex Luger. So strike that from the record there. But now we're going to dive into old Scott Hall here. We're going to look at the head sculpts, and we got two different versions. We got to pick your poison here. Now, very interesting. So the one out of the package is a nice one. It's nice Scott Hall. Could use the 5 o'clock shadow is pretty good. I was going to say maybe a little darker, but I think it's okay. It gets the job done. You got the two ears sticking out with the hair kind of down the side and then down the back. Similar to what the look I'm rocking right now, I guess. As I'm throwing everything around today. What's going on? I got butterfingers? What is going on here today? Let me get this head. There it goes. But Scott Hall looking pretty good for the most part in the head sculpt department on this one. I like kind of the surprised, playful, haha, I know something you don't know look on his face. I think it's a good looking Scott Hall. The second head, I'm not so sure. You do got the curl in the front like a young Superman. You know who it is, but you don't know why he's here. I think that's the segment right here, the sentiment right here. You do got a little teeth showing. You do got a little of that 5 o'clock shadow, but the main thing is the ponytail in the back. However, my eyes seem to be just off a little bit, so it looks like he's kind of looking off to the side. Maybe he's looking for other members of the NWO. Who knows what he's up to here? But between these two heads, I got to prefer the one that's right out of the package, I think, to that one. It's a pick-em for some, not for me. I'm going with this one. But that head looks good right here. Head removable, obviously, just popped right off very easily there. But the head is removable, of course. And I guess we'll walk into the articulation. Arms go all the way around. Bicep cut, double-jointed, pinless elbows, playing all the hits. Hands back, forth, side to side. What is going on? This head goes off really easy on this one here. I don't know. That's a little interesting. But we do got the traditional ab crunch in the middle. Waist articulation. Big ol' splits if you need them. Legs go up. Thigh cut. Double jointed knees. Very, very tight. Boot cut. Ankles back, forth, up and down. Usual articulation here. But boy, that head is probably the easiest removable head I've ever seen in my life from Mattel. Just very easy off and on that. Even if you push his head up, if you start pushing up, it just pops right off on you. So that will be annoying to some, but this isn't really a wrestling gear Scott Hall. It's more of an announcer, or I guess interviewee, whatever you call it. He was doing in the ring there. That's what this is. So not a lot of people would be wrestling it, but at the same time, shouldn't just be able to just pop on and off very easily like that. I'm going to try this one and see. This one seems to fit a little better. No, about the same. So I don't mind that, though. I like that it's easy to get off. I think it should just be a hair tighter. They got to dial it in the factory just a little bit better is what they need to do. The denim, of course, not matching, unfortunately, but I do like the denim vest up top, a little darker blue. You get a little bit more of a, is that called acid wash down low and then down into the black boots. Kind of is what it is. You get the chest hair going on all day long. Unfortunately, a perfect opportunity missed here by Mattel, as they could have done the real fur chest hair. A nod to Jax. I'm hoping one day that Mattel gives us some real fur hair in a figure, and then I can say, I've been championing it for years, and they finally did it. I don't know if it's ever going to be in the cards, but I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it one of these days. I think it would be a cool variant or chest or chase on the chest hair. I think that'd be cool. You do one with painted on chest hair. You do one, and that is the chase one with the fur. That would be cool. Let's do that, Mattel. You can have that for free if you want to. But it does look good. It does look like Scott Hall. I like what it represents here. I like the idea of the Monday Night Wars. It seems crazy to me because I was in my teen years when the Monday Night Wars were going on. What a time to be alive that was. But there's a whole generation that was little kids, like I was a little kid during the Warrior and Hogan days. This is their classic wrestling, and I guess it's mine in some ways, but when I think of classic wrestling, I go back to the 80s stuff, where others, the mid-90s Attitude Era, was where they cut their teeth, and it's just, you know what they say, time, it waits for no one, and they also, some wise man always does say, what is time? And that's kind of what this set represents to me a little bit. Feels like it was just yesterday, but feels like a lifetime ago at the same time. Wild Times is time. There it is. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save 10%, as I always do say, at Ringside Collectibles. What do you know? Fits on the Mattel stand perfectly right there. The old bad guy himself, Scott Hall. And, of course, a couple of friends, or one friend for Scott, is Hollywood Hulk Hogan, of course. That was from the same line here, same build-figure set and stuff. Team WCW, where you get Undertaker and Stone Cold as the other team. Who would win? Stone Cold and The Undertaker versus Scott Hall and Hogan? I'd probably have to give it to Team WWE on that one. You guys tell me in the comments down below. And of course, speaking of Street Gear, Scott Hall, how about Street Gear Razor Ramon? The tale of two Street Gears, but the tale of two Walmart exclusives is what we got right here. A former Flashback Walmart exclusive, now Monday Night Wars exclusive, and different heights. Apparently he shrunk when he went to WCW. It happens, you get older, you start shrinking. I heard my dad, he was 6'8.5". I heard he is just a hair over 6'8" now. Yes, it's true, that's what I heard. Maybe we can get him on the channel to show us. Probably not. Probably not. But there it is. Scott Hall, Monday Night Wars, Mattel Elite. What are your guys' thoughts? Pick up, pass, long game, no game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. Same stuff I always say. Don't forget about the Patreon for early access to this video and all the other videos here on the channel. You get early access as a Patreon member on top of bonus videos, on top of everything else. And if, best of all, you do support the channel. You can support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X. The _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for Scott Hall, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.